Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the CEO Spotlight Series for Unitech Training Academy. My name is Noah Brandon, the CEO, and with me today we have Miss Mechelle Roberthon, Director of Student Services. Welcome, Mechelle.
Hey Noah, thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm so happy you're here.
Me too.
Well, good. Well, let's get into it. Tell me a little bit about your professional background and how you ended up at Unitech.
Sure. So my background is really big in talent development. What in the world does that mean? So my background is about leadership development, employee development, leadership coaching, training, any sort of developing adults is my jam. And I feel like I've been a friend to Unitech for a while now. So I spoke at a director's meeting, I believe last fall, on leadership development. So I was so excited to get that call. And then I joined the Institutional Advisory Board, and we had a meeting in December, so that felt really awesome. Then ULDI started this year, I believe, and I was invited to be one of the first speakers to talk a little bit more about leadership development. And then finally, I got invited by a campus director to be a commencement speaker. And shortly after that, I made my way to employee. It was always like I was itching towards it, and I finally made it. So I'm excited to be here.
Man, we're so happy to have you on the team. And for those of you who aren't following along at home with our acronym tracer, ULDI is Unitech Leadership and Development Institute for our employees, a training program we have. So excited to have you be a speaker at that, and you're also speaking at some future ones too.
Yeah, that's right.
Team, so that's good. Well, tell me a little bit about your management philosophy in general, what's your big approach, and how you plan to bring that over to Unitech.
Absolutely. I think two big things stand out for me. I am very transparent as a leader. If I'm able to share it, then I absolutely will. I don't like having my team members in the dark unnecessarily. And the second biggest thing for me is support. I'm often asking things like, how can I best support you in this? How can I render support for this project or this task? Because I really do believe in servant leadership, and I feel like that's my purpose. I'm here to serve whoever reports to me so that they can serve whoever reports to them. And hopefully that servant leadership mentality really trickles down.
Yeah. Well, so I got a two-part question for you here coming up. So
right.
Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what your role consists of as a Director of Student Services, Vice President of Student Services, and then what are some of the challenges that you see in your role? Yeah.
So as Vice President of Student Services, there's 4 major departments in my charge, all in the operations arena. So that includes financial aid, admissions, career services, as well as compliance. Initially, I think a big challenge is going to be getting up to speed in all 4 of these areas. So every last one of those areas has very extensive information, procedures, workflows, regulations, transactional know-hows. So for me, I have to be the student. And I like being the student. I'm often the trainer, but I get a chance to really be a sponge, take notes, ask questions, respectfully challenge things, be curious. So I think that's the first hurdle. And once I get in there, I'll be able to better say, oh, here is a challenge in each of these areas. Right now, the only challenge is for me to get up to speed so I can better support the directors in those areas.
Yeah, that's a lot of information.
Oh, yeah.
So you're coming into, week 5 now in your role?
Yes.
As you're learning more and more about what is expected of you in this role, the departments that you have to lead and oversee, what are you seeing as success, right? So what do you learn as you're going through? What are the things that stand out to you? Hey, if we do this, we're going to be successful. If we do this, we're going to be successful.
Absolutely. The first department that's really standing out is admissions. You know, we're currently undergoing some admissions training like today. And when I think of admissions, one of the things that stands out for me is appointments. We want to make sure our students, our staff is getting prospective potential students in person so that we can do a quality career planning conversation assessment with them. So that's very important in the admissions space. In financial aid, I believe it's all accuracy, making sure that we're being accurate when we are financially packaging a student so that we can set them up for success while they're with us and even after they leave us, really trying to decrease debt that they have because we want students to graduate as debt-free as they possibly can. So having informed and knowledgeable financial aid officers is going to be very important. Career services, my goodness, placements, that's all about helping our students find employment. And that's one of those areas I'm super excited about. I love all things career development. And so I cannot wait to learn more about the development workshops we offer our students and alumni, as well as all the things we do to assist them. And what I love about compliance is that it's a well-oiled machine. It's already running really well. So my goal is to not get in the way of that and just help to support that as we go on.
Hey, look at you. You've been here 5 weeks and you give an answer like that? Come on, man. You're getting it. Come on. Well, tell me, let's talk about you a little bit more, right? Just
Okay.
your uniqueness. What are you specifically bringing to this role that sets you apart from anybody else we would have hired, right?
Yeah.
So what makes you unique? What special element is Dr. Roberthon bringing to this?
Yeah, I think it's my ability to see multiple perspectives. For example, I can sit in a horrible training and leave with 10 pages worth of notes. That is true. So I am always gleaning something from any situation. I try to see one issue 20 different ways, how it might impact everyone else, what that might sound like if I hit send on that email. That could be perceived as this. So I'm always trying to be extremely perspective gathering, and sometimes it's in an informal conversation with someone that I'll learn a perspective that I didn't have, and I'll try to apply that to a current situation, thinking, gosh, I was missing the career service coordinator's perspective on this. I need to be mindful of that going forward. So my ability to tap into other perspectives, I think, is very unique, as well as organization. I love structure, and when something's chaotic, I like roll up my sleeves and go challenge accepted, because I am going to organize it. So if there's anything that is out of whack in any way, whether that's a workflow or organization of papers and files, I love to look at something and say, this is the most strategic way you can structure this for it to make sense. So I think those two things are going to really set me apart and add value, or at least I hope so.
Hey, look, I'm all for it. You got me ready to run through a wall for you. I'm excited. Listen, it's all music to my ears, man. I love it. Well, look, let's end on this. I want to know a little bit more about you outside of work.
Okay.
So, what's something you like doing for a hobby? What fills your cup? What's something that you really, I don't know, just makes you happy?
Binge watching TV. I'm a couch potato, okay? You are not going to catch
so
me.
relatable. I mean,
Yeah. I'm not kayaking. I'm not hiking. Anything outside, you can have that. I wish you well. My jam is to be in the air condition, binge watching a really good suspenseful series. So I just finished Manifest. I will not spoil it. It was so great. So those are the things that allow me to turn my brain off for a second and just be entertained instead of being informative or doing the entertaining. So I love spending time with my husband. I also love fall out your seat laughter. I can get that from friends, family, or just watching something really funny. So that's my jam.
I love it. I'm so happy you're on the team. I'm glad you're here with us. You're bringing a lot of value already. I'm excited to see all the value that you bring in the weeks and months to come.
Same.
It's so good. Thank you so much for being with me today, for everybody to get a chance to know you. And if you ever get a chance to talk to Dr. Roberthon, you absolutely need to take that opportunity. She's amazing. You're going to feel better after the talk and be absolutely worth it. So thank you all. See you later.